Good morning. I'm not going to go there. My name is Stan Luger, and as chair of the Faculty Senate, it's my honor to introduce the President's State of the University Address. What a difference a year makes. Last year, at this time, this theater was a massive construction site. Andy was our new president, we had an interim provost, and I was starting my term as chair of the Faculty Senate. My introduction to Andy's first State of the University address was easy to write because he had just started and I could review all the standard things about his academic background and career. This year, the task is much less obvious. I bet that almost all of you have had some sort of experience meeting Andy, whether in a small group setting, at his home, or at the various open forums last year on the budget. Soon there will be more open forums on visioning UNC's future, which he will co-chair with our new provost, Mark Anderson. Just out of curiosity, raise your hand if this will be the first time that you will see Andy in action. Exactly what I expected. My first meeting with Andy was on his second day in office. I had asked for this meeting as I was eager to get a measure of our new president. We had a cordial enough conversation. At the end of our meeting, he asked me for my cell phone number. I told him I didn't give it out. Only my wife and children had my cell number. Instead, I gave him my home phone number, thinking he would never call. Was I wrong? His first call came on a Sunday during a Broncos game. While I am not the biggest football fan, I was watching the game. Clearly, no one had told Andy that in Colorado, the Broncos are the equivalent of a civic religion, and one does not make work calls during the game. I didn't tell him either. A few weeks later, he called again. And yes, it was during a game. And again, I dutifully spoke with him, never mentioning that the game was on. And although his phone calls have continued, they haven't occurred during a game. I can only conclude, therefore, that he is now a Broncos fan. So let me warn those of you who are thinking of getting involved in faculty governance. Be prepared for phone calls and don't drink too much as you watch the Broncos in case he should call. Where have we come in the past year? There have been a dizzying array of changes. We are on our way to erasing the budget deficit. Andy has reshuffled the divisions within the administration, seeking greater efficiencies and focus. He has spurred a host of student retention efforts that will serve our students well. And he's embraced shared governance and even had a faculty member chair the search committee for the provost, something that was unprecedented at UNC. Long overdue, these are all to the good. He has, of course, done much more than just that, which he will no doubt touch upon in his remarks. Nevertheless, there are many things that haven't changed. Colorado remains at the bottom of all states in aid to higher education. Competition for our high school students continues to accelerate as out-of-state colleges and universities seek to shore up their declining population of entering students. Tuition accounts for the bulk of our revenue and has more than doubled in the past 10 years, while median household wages have only risen marginally. To afford the rising cost of attendance, our students spend significant time working while attending school. Student debt has become the new burden on this generation of young people. I think that we are at a pivotal moment in UNC's history. Each of these challenges is troubling, to say the least, and how we as a university respond to the new higher education landscape will shape UNC's future for many years to come. Since Andy has been president, I am often asked, "What do you think of him?" My response is simple: so far, so good. And it's now my pleasure to introduce President Andy Feinstein.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Professor Lugar. I guess I should wait till he gets out of the hallway, right? Thank you. Well, I cannot begin to express how much I appreciate the openness and honesty you bring to our work together, and your genuine desire to make UNC a better place. This time last year, Stan and I were still getting to know each other, and I'm pretty sure he thought I was full of, well, let's just say he was full of skepticism. Stan, I think you may have come around a little bit. In all seriousness, I look forward to another year of working together. We are so fortunate to have a faculty senate that is engaged and involved in moving our university forward. The same is true of our student senate, classified staff council, and professional administrative staff council. I am grateful to all of you for what you do every day to fulfill our mission. It is an honor to be your president. And thank you for being here this morning. We also have folks watching online, and I would like you to help me in giving them a virtual shout out. So on the count of 3, we're all going to say "Go Bears." Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Bears! We are only 2 weeks into the fall semester, but it seems longer, right? It feels good. Across campus and around Greeley, there are signs of a university community that has come back to life. Move-in day was incredible. I love helping students and their families. Such a mix of emotions. And you can tell some really don't want to leave their families and their children, others are high-fiving each other. And just the night before UNC's move-in, Carrie and I had come home from taking our son, Nick, to college. So I saw those teary-eyed parents a little differently this year. It was hard to say goodbye. It's wonderful to see our students walking from class to class and sitting around the campus commons and hanging their hammocks between the trees, even though they're blocking some of the baskets on my disc golf course. And it's exciting to see our city welcoming students back. We are fortunate to be a part of a community that is genuinely invested in UNC and the success of our students. I'm happy to welcome several community leaders here today. Please hold your applause until I introduce all of them. State Representative Mary Young, Student Trustee Malika Michelle Fuller, Faculty Trustee Fritz Fisher, Greeley Mayor John Gates, City Manager Roy Otto, Greeley City Council Member Rob Cassidy, Greeley City Council Member Dale Hall, School District 6 Superintendent Dilger Pilch, UNC Alumni Board Chair Jill Trotter, and Board Member Brad Darby. I also want to recognize my wife, Carrie. I would not be successful without her encouragement and support. Thank you all so much for being here. Before coming to Greeley, I could not have imagined moving to a new community and finding the kind of support and genuine friendship offered to me by our mayor, city manager, Ames president, and District 6 superintendent. John, Roy, Leah, and Deirdre are passionate about this community. John understands so well that the success of Greeley and UNC are inseparable. Leah welcomed me with open arms and personally introduced me to the Wild West version of higher education that is so different from the California system I knew. What Deirdre is doing to transform District 6 is remarkable, not just for our schools, but for our entire community. And Roy, well, he may be our biggest cheerleader, but don't judge him just by his dance moves. Right, Roy? Let me assure you, he is the guy behind the scenes that gets things done. We are here to discuss the state of our university. When our president speaks to the nation every January, we are accustomed to hearing the state of our university and our union, is strong. And this is true of UNC. Our university is fundamentally strong, but we owe it to our students and each other to make it even stronger. So today, I want to update you on the state of our university by first sharing some of what I've heard from you and others during my first year as president. Second, reviewing some of the steps we have taken and will be taken to honor our commitment to students and plan for our future. And third, telling you why I am confident that we will succeed. When I addressed you the first time about a year ago, I was barely into my third month on the job. Although I knew a bit about the challenges and opportunities awaiting us and was eager to address them, I knew that it was vital to listen and learn from you. I met with anyone who would talk to me: students, classified staff, professional administrative staff, faculty, alumni, donors, city council members, county commissioners, legislators, community members, business leaders. I spent and continue spending a considerable amount of time getting to know people. I visited every academic department in school last year, all 41. If you weren't part of those faculty meetings, don't worry, I plan on visiting all of the staff this year. I also ventured off campus as often as I could, getting to know Greeley and Weld County and traveling all over Colorado, from Sterling to Denver to Durango. I asked questions and I listened to what people told me. What I heard absolutely affirmed my decision to come to UNC. It also guided many of the decisions and actions that we have taken. We did a lot of meaningful work in the past year. In fact, I had to be talked out of making today's address 130 accomplishments in our 130th year, a comprehensive list. But I will highlight some of our accomplishments. We raised over $54 million in a fundraising campaign that surpassed our goal by 20%. We took the steps necessary to significantly reduce our structural deficit. We opened the campus commons and this beautiful performance hall and brought together many of our student support services at the heart of our campus. We welcomed our new provost, Dr. Mark Anderson. We created a strategic enrollment and student success plan and made serious progress in implementing it. Graduation and retention rates are already improving, and we owe thanks to our implementation co-chairs, history professor Joan Kleinfelter and interim AVP for strategic enrollment, Sean Broghammer, and the many staff and faculty who worked all summer on this critical initiative. We also created a student affairs division to unify our student support functions and combined two divisions into university advancement to integrate our efforts to build relationships, share our story, and generate support. We earned our second straight Big Sky Golf title and had the individual champion in women's golf. For the third year in a row, we received the conference's highest graduation success rate, and UNC student athletes and coaches garnered conference and national recognition for athletics and academic success. All of this and much more took a lot of teamwork, a lot of rowing together, And I want to take a moment to congratulate everyone who made that all possible. Thank you. I decided to meet with faculty members in all of our academic departments because I wanted to see our university through the eyes of the people who are in closest daily contact with our students. I heard values that date back to our roots: the primacy of teaching and learning, the real faculty-student connections afforded by our relatively small campus and intimate classrooms, a genuine appreciation for our students, their diverse backgrounds and intellectual curiosity, and how hard they work. As someone whose life was profoundly shaped by caring, attentive professors, I found it incredibly gratifying to hear faculty tell me that our students are the main reason they want to be at UNC. One faculty member said, "Students here are hungrier to learn than anywhere I've taught." That speaks volumes about what we do at UNC. In other ways, my conversations with faculty members and others were sobering. I repeatedly heard about low salaries that make it hard to live comfortably in Greeley, concerns about declining enrollment, the need for greater focus on student success, students who don't feel welcome here, lack of support for research, worries about continued layoffs, and the desire for a clearer UNC identity. Many of you asked for more information and greater transparency from your leaders. The word used over and over again was trust. I am determined to be the open and transparent leader that this university deserves, and I expect that from all of our campus leaders. I knew from my first interview at UNC that there was an opportunity for more collaborative leadership. That is why one of the first things I did was create a President's Leadership Council to foster collaboration and improve communication. Your input influenced our openness in attacking our budget challenges, and it informed how we approached our strategic enrollment and student success work. I'll have more to say about that work and what it means for us in a moment. Last year, I also took time to reach out to Bear alumni and supporters, leaders, and education colleagues across Colorado. I made many trips to Denver, getting to know our legislators and state policymakers. Thanks to a coordinated statewide effort, the legislature and Governor Polis approved more funding for public higher education, including an additional $4.3 million for UNC. Colorado still ranks near the bottom in support of public institutions, third from the bottom, in fact, but it was a positive step. As I traveled around the state, I learned that no single group supports UNC as passionately as our alumni. At some receptions, I felt like a member of our cheer squad on game day, and I loved it. Our alumni are doing amazing things as teachers and leaders, entrepreneurs and artists, healthcare providers, researchers, activists, in every imaginable walk of life, and in some we've never imagined. They connect our new graduates to established companies and emerging startups. They return to campus to volunteer their time. Their gifts, large and small, make a huge impact on the success of our students. They are changing the world just as we knew they could and believed they would. Wherever I went, particularly around Greeley, I heard, "This is great. We are glad to see you and want to see you even more." I took that as an invitation for UNC to be more actively engaged, and we are. UNC, Ames, District 6, and Greeley should be and will be tightly connected. We enrich this community, and it enriches the lives of our students, staff, and faculty. Greeley is an extension of our classroom, offering a wealth of experiential learning opportunities. I am particularly proud of the close working relationship we are establishing with Ames. Last week, President Bornstein and I announced the launch of Ames to UNC. It will allow students enrolled at Ames to access UNC student services and then seamlessly transition here after earning their associate's degree. That partnership is a good example of what we can do when we collaborate, stay focused on the needs of students, and adapt to shifting currents. All of that is in our institutional DNA. We have a history of adapting to meet the changing needs of students. When our Marcus Garvey Cultural Center opened in 1983, it was the first Black cultural center at a Colorado university. 2 years later, we opened our Cesar Chavez Cultural Center. We reached out to more students with our Asian Pacific American Student Services, Native American Student Services, Veteran Services, and the Center for Women's and Gender Equity. 1 week from today, we will dedicate Bonnie House as home to our Gender and Sexuality Resource Center. Since 1972, our Center for Human Enrichment has supported the academic achievement of first-generation students. It is consistently recognized as one of the top programs of its kind in the nation. Our Cumbres program supports and mentors students to be preparing to be English as second language teachers who are so needed in Colorado. Our Stryker Institute empowers women from traditionally underrepresented groups. And we are moving toward being a Hispanic serving institution and have a tremendous opportunity to leverage this status for the good of the entire university community. Adapting isn't new to us. And once again, in our 130th year, there are signs near and far that we face a choice: adapt or drift. I'm talking about you. Verbal communication is not the first instinct for many of our students. I hear from some professors that students have never been so quiet when they arrive for class. Why? Because they're on their phones. The digital age has significant implications for educators, yet many of our student services are still designed around face-to-face contact. We haven't kept up. As a result, many students struggle to find advising support or financial aid assistance. They sometimes don't bother to ask, which is a factor in our retention rates. I know of at least one UNC professor who walks with students to the appropriate office. That is laudable and consistent with our values, but is it sustainable? There are many trends: distrust of institutions, cynicism about affordability and student debt, increased government scrutiny, declining research funding that we can't fix ourselves. But meeting students where they are and making it easier to find the support they need, that is something that we can fix. As I mentioned and learned over the past year, we do many things uniquely well, but there are things that we don't do well enough. Our undergraduate enrollment is in gradual decline. We welcomed 128 fewer new freshmen this fall than last. Our strategic enrollment and student success work has been looking closely at trends since fall 2013. If you've seen the initial report, you know these data, but a few points bear repeating. Almost 3 in 10 first-year students did not return for a second year. 4 in 10 did not make it to their third year. Retention rates were even lower for first-generation students, who now comprise almost half of our new freshmen. Just over a third of our students graduate in 4 years. A little over half graduate within 6. As I mentioned, Carrie and I just took our son Nick to college, to Penn State, where I earned my doctorate. I know that my perspective as a university president is unique, but we're also typical, proud parents. And I know this: every first-year parent thinks their kids are going to graduate in 4 years. Now, students have reasons for leaving before completing a degree: jobs, families, health issues. For some, a full-time academic load simply isn't sustainable. But for students who want to finish in 4 years, we owe them the support and guidance to succeed. And we owe more support to the students we are losing. We surely should not settle for seeing over 40% leave before their third year. We are morally obligated to do better. And together with the right focus and support, we can do better and we will do better. That is why implementing our strategic enrollment and student success plan is so vital. You'll be receiving the first update from the implementation team in a few days, and they will share several more this fall. This work is critical for the strategic visioning and planning that I promise you we would do this fall. It is time for us to engage in uncomfortable conversations, to grapple with topics you have been urging that we address openly, authentically making student success our #1 priority, defining the role of research at UNC, demonstrating that we value diversity and inclusion, meaningfully engaging with our community, how to fairly compensate all of our employees, discovering what we uniquely can and will do best, and clarifying our identity and finding powerful ways to share our story. Provost Anderson and I will co-chair this planning effort. The President's Leadership Council will serve as the steering committee. As a campus, we will envision what we want UNC to be in 2030. And we will set clear, measurable goals to get there. There will be many opportunities for campus input, starting with the forums that are scheduled this week and next. In fact, there is a forum this afternoon if you'd like to join me. I strongly encourage you to attend one of the 6 forums, but if you can't make it, we will also open up an online survey starting tomorrow. The President's Leadership Council will use your feedback to draft a vision statement to share with our campus in October. After more input, we will make revisions and take it to the Board of Trustees in November. We will spend spring semester, again with more opportunities for input, drafting goals to help us fulfill our vision for 2030. The end result will be a roadmap for our future, not a report that collects dust on a shelf. And I invite you to hold me accountable to that. I said earlier that the third thing I would share with you is why I believe that we can do this. My confidence is based in part on our history. UNC has long been one of the best places in America for educating teachers. We could also be a national model for educating first-generation students. The richness of our educational research and scholarship once earned a reputation for us as the Columbia of the West. We could also be a national model for doing meaningful, student-centered research. My confidence is also based on my conversations with many of you. The urgency with which you express the need for constructive change, and the value you place on personalized education for every student. As our provost aptly put it, we don't teach thousands of students collectively. We teach each student many times over. So I've kept you waiting to the end. What is the state of our university? Hopeful, engaged, committed, eager to improve, and ready to get rowing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So we do have some time for questions. It's about 11 o'clock, and then I believe afterwards we're going to have lunch outside in the quad, in the Betcher quad. Any questions? I can read it again. We have a half an hour. We have microphones in the back. If you raise your hand, we'll get you a microphone.
Hi, my name's Kate, and I'm a graduate student in the HESL program, and I just had a question. I know that the urgency is dealing with the operating budget, but I wondered what are some of the future plans for physical plant, specifically, you know, some of the older buildings like McKee, which houses, you know, the School of Education, which is the premier school?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's a good question. We actually had the Capital Development Committee here last week, and they are a group of individuals that actually rank, prioritize funding for state buildings. And last year we had as our top priority the replacement of a boiler for the campus. It's about a $3.5 million project, and it was not funded. And I know that's not a glamorous thing to talk about, but certainly you can understand in the middle of winter here, if one of our boilers were to go down, it could have significant impacts on our campus. That's one thing we'll be focusing on this year for improvements from the state. We also showed them Fraser Hall, that facility. How many of you work in Fraser Hall? Does that facility need a renovation? What do you think? No? Oh, that's a yes. So that's a priority for us. There are other spaces across campus that also need attention as far as resources are concerned. It's a 130-year-old campus. We have some beautiful mature buildings. I think that's the way you're supposed to say that. But we'll be certainly focusing on it. But right now our priority this year is getting that boiler funded. That's about a $3.5 million project. That'll be back on the CDC list this year. But there are other initiatives as well that we'll be focusing on, and I appreciate your comment about the concerns and capital expenditures. Right here. Down there.
My name is Efren. I work at the Cesar Chavez Cultural Center as a graduate student. Thank you for mentioning Hispanic Serving Institute in your speech. I was wondering, will there be an implementation of initiatives or recruitment efforts to become a Hispanic Serving Institute, or will we slowly become a Hispanic Serving Institute over time?
We are going to be, we're going to focus on becoming a Hispanic Serving Institution on this campus. In fact, yesterday, we met with LLI, which is the Latino Leadership Institute, talking about ways in which we can create programming to discuss the impact of our growing Latinx community on campus. And so there'll be some more discussions with that. I know that Tobias and Katrina are also working on a HSI strategic plan, an internal plan, ways in which we could actually address identifying resources and support for our growing Latinx student community. We learned that yesterday we could be as high as 23 or 24% Latinx when we hear about the census numbers next week. We are certainly an emerging HSI campus, and I believe that in the next several years, if not sooner, we will be an HSI. Up top. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
Hi. I had a question about decentralization of the budget.
Yes.
It's my understanding that the colleges are going to take on more of that administrative budgeting moving forward. And I was curious how you're planning to distribute the money to the various colleges, considering there has been a lot of inequity in the past in terms of how colleges receive funding. And I was wondering if some of the models that the task forces put together last year related to how much money is spent versus how much is being brought in different colleges is going to factor into that decision at all.
Yeah, we've done some initial work on understanding the ways in which funding is distributed on campus. There's more to do, and this year, Michelle and I and our team will be talking about creating a much more decentralized budget to distribute resources to the colleges in particular. I don't have much more specifics on that, but we certainly will be reaching out to the campus and discussing. My hope would be that we empower the divisions and particularly the deans with the resources they need to make good decisions in support of their programs and students. And then also we'll have to look at how resources are distributed initially from the campus to the colleges. We have a lot of historical information. We understand the expenses associated with running different colleges, schools, and departments. And that'll be a conversation we're going to have in the next several months.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Lisa Hudson. I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center hosted by MCB here at UNC. And I have a comment, not a question. I work with small business owners every day, and we've started engaging them with students here at the University of Northern Colorado, and they are so pleased to work with the students. We've got a really great group here, so just kudos to everyone here in the room that serves those students and helps them grow and develop, as well as the entrepreneurs and business owners in the community.
Thank you for your comments.
Hi. To continue your conversation about the HSI designation, I've heard you talk a lot about how HSI opens up Title V funding. Do you have an early vision for how you're going to use those funds to support the students who we serve as an HSI?
I don't have any plans initially, and that's some of the work that Tobias and Katrina are working and developing. That's exactly the kind of homework that we need to do. And I think there'll be some work that will come out of that shortly. My hope is obviously that we identify resources to help our students succeed, particularly graduation and retention rates, all students. And the nice thing about HSI status and the opportunities to access Title V funding is it doesn't just help our Latinx students, it helps all students and supports their future success. So we'll have more to talk about, I think, in the spring about some specific ideas of when we do achieve HSI status, what would be some strategies that we could employ with and actually pursue for resources that would help the campus. Any other questions? Usually I'm up here for an hour. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Well, I won't take any more of your time. Thank you again for coming. And we'll convene outside in the Betcher quad here in a couple of minutes. Have a good day.